Hello, everyone. Welcome. So glad you're here. Thank you for either coming to the live episode of this meditation, or if you're joining us at a later time, welcome. Very happy you're here. I'm Daphne Gilman. I'm a energy medicine practitioner. I began with Reiki and then added intention meditation, as well as flower essences and sound healing. So I'm very interested in helping people heal themselves through energy medicine of all kinds. And the style of meditation we're doing tonight, I find essential. And it is called Intention Meditation. It's inspired by The Power of Eight book by Lynne McTaggart. And in it, you meditate with other people to send intentions out into the quantum field. And our group power sends these intentions out. And we have been meditating in this way since 2019. Have had many successes and wonderful results, statistically significant results, doing this style of meditation, and it's very easy to learn. Okay, so we are going to begin with a tradition of breathing together, and we'll just do that. Hello, Emmy Simmons. So glad you're here. We're going to breathe together for a couple of minutes using the Heart Math Institute's quick coherence technique. And it too is very simple and very relaxing and really quick. So what you do is you put your hand over your heart to remind you to breathe through the heart space. And you will breathe in for a comfortable amount of time, like 4, 5, 6. And then you'll exhale 5, 6, 7. Breathing in through the heart space. Breathing out, slightly longer exhale. And as we continue to breathe in this fashion, you will find that your shoulders probably are dropping. You might be sitting a little bit more comfortably in your chair. And as we breathe in for 4, 5, 6, and out 6, 7, 8. Hello, Rosalind. Glad you're here. Breathing in this fashion and slightly longer exhale. This has wonderful benefits for the body. Brings your heart and your brain into coherence. And as we do this, you arrive here in the moment. There's nothing else to do. There's nowhere else to go. Just being here with us right now is enough. You might even find that there's something different in your mind, just a slightly more relaxed attitude, an ability to observe even as your thoughts go by. And now we make a conscious connection to everybody who's here, either during the live meditation or who will watch this later. We're joining our power together to send these intentions out into the quantum field. Thank you, everyone. We are now connected. We have 3 meditations tonight. Here's our first intention. We now intend that the American Library Association is able to protect, preserve, and improve the Institute of Museum and Library Services, immediately, completely, and permanently. So allow this intention to drop into your heart chakra, project it out into the quantum field, and follow the energy. Thank you, everyone. Trust this intention and release it with love. Okay, our second intention tonight is a really fun one. This is for Rosalind's grandson. And Rosalind, I encourage you to send the link to all her friends and family so that they can meditate on this as well. We now intend that Omid Noorpour, age 28, of Port Roberts, Washington, remains healthy and well in every way as he aces his physical test and exam on Saturday, June 28th for a Honolulu lifeguard post, and ultimately successfully secures a position within the highly competitive Honolulu Fire Department. Allow this intention for Omid to drop into your heart chakra and project it out into the quantum field and follow the energy. Thank you, everyone. Trust this intention for Omid and release it with love, but do hold on to your impressions and insights from the meditation, and we'll share those at the end. Hi, Irma. Glad you're here. That's wonderful. Okay, our final intention for tonight is the last in our healing series for ourselves, for anyone who watches these meditations and participates. We did consistency, commitment, capacity, and today we are looking at connection. So we now intend to immediately, completely, and permanently deepen in connection to our hearts, our spirit guides, our loved ones, and our communities, moving forward in life, healthy and well in every way. Allow this intention to drop into your heart chakra, send it out into the quantum field, and follow the energy. Thank you, everyone. Trust this intention for all of us and release it with love. Oh, wow. I felt like I went really, really deeply into those meditations. We're sort of a small, intimate group here tonight, but I would love to hear from any of you what experiences you had during those 3 meditations and any impressions you'd like to share. We started by intending for the American Library Association. Then we intended for Rosalind's grandson, Omid. And then we intended to build connections for ourselves. And I'll keep an eye on the chat in case anyone would like to put in their comments. But I had some really interesting imagery come up for the first intention in particular. I happen to have met a number of librarians throughout my career as a writer and working in communication, and I don't think they're prepared for the fights that they have on their hands these days. Surely they were prepared to fight apathy and old ideas about what libraries are and what librarians are like. But it seemed like a very small group of them came forward and got their courage together, and then they all had these very sharp, long, bright swords that they were wielding, and they had come to the point where they realized that the concepts, the ideas, and the ideals that they had devoted their careers to, they were also willing to put their life on the line for, which was quite striking. And so they were facing this enormous sort of like Goliath, menacing Goliath, and they felt very afraid and very alone, but very determined. And then you just heard the ringing sound of tens of thousands of swords as people arrived to support them, and they too pulled out their sharp swords to defend free speech, academic freedom, freedom of ideas, freedoms of communication and materials, and the ability to write and think as you wish. So it was really beautiful and very stirring to see that. So let's see. Here's the first one coming in. This is from Emmy Simmons. I had a rough one tonight. All I can say is after much dross, that's debris, things that are normally burned away in a refining fire. I saw the libraries glowing golden and brilliantly. Yes, and I saw Omid backpack carrying people out of tunnels. Oh yeah, there are tunnels in Hawaii. That's true. And then the last intention for us, I was challenged to find ways to connect out more into my community, but I sat with that. Everything up to that was and is going great. Yes, I'm in the same boat. Have very close relationship with my spirit guides, and with my heart, my emotions, my thoughts. Boy, community in real life outside of Zoom and YouTube, it's not as well. It's not as well furbished, let's say. And when we were meditating on the connection, I felt the same thing. I had to really focus on the community connection, and what I saw was a net that was holding all of us. And weirdly, it was made out of this sort of stretchy, bouncy material. It kind of looked like mango fruit leather, weirdly. But the fact was that the point of that was that it was something that could be juicy, or it could be dehydrated, and it could be stretchy, or it could break. And I saw people falling through the net, and that was that made me wonder who in my circle is falling through the net, and I just haven't been paying attention. So probably time to get out my phone book or go on Facebook and see how people are doing. Irma has one here for Omid. I saw Omid doing well in a timed test for his lifeguard test. I saw him successfully being able to rescue people. That's gorgeous. And then for connection, Irma saw herself surrounded by a beautiful, ethereal blue aura, and she felt a sense of peace. Oh, that's wonderful. I love that idea. And Emmy Simmons says, yes, it made me want to reconnect to volunteer counseling work locally. Wow, that is a great way to help. Yeah, people are definitely falling through the net in many, many ways. Yeah. Now, for Omid, I had so much fun with that intention meditation. Rosalind, I immediately was on the surfboard with him and felt the absolute joy that he derives from surfing and from being in the ocean. And he just felt at home and at one with the surging energy of the waves. And I often think about the surf when we send intentions out into the quantum field, right? You can't resist the surf. You just got to go along with the ride. And it was just so wonderful to be in that moment with him and to feel his love of the ocean, the love of surfing, just how healthy and vibrant his body feels and how well it works. Oh, it was a joy. It was really, really fun to be there. And then I saw him studying and I saw him taking more exams and getting ready to be in the fire department. And I saw that he had a very straight path forward. He knows what he wants and he knows how to get there. And I feel very strongly and very confident that he will make that goal. He will reach that goal he set for himself. And then, interestingly, I saw him finding some spiritual connection to the islands and to the energy of the islands. And at the end, I heard him speaking Hawaiian. One of my plant teachers is a Hawaiian gentleman, so I hear that language a lot. And so I could recognize the language, if not whatever he was saying in it. But I thought that was so beautiful. Like he really committed to making Oahu, Honolulu, Hawaii his home. And I just am very excited for him. I'm going to be interested to hear updates on the regular. Okay, well, wonderful. Let's see. Okay, well, you can always add more comments or send me an email if you like after the meditation is done. And if you are if you're interested in having us meditate for you at some point, you can definitely send me an email at relaxwithdaphne@gmail.com. And we'll put you in the queue to get some support. And the last thing I wanted to tell you is that, okay, here's another comment. Emmy Simmons, that's amazing, Daphne. I was surfing with him too, also on the board. Ultimately, I saw him being a firefighter. The backpack carry is common technique for firefighters. Yes. Yeah, I love it when we see the same thing. That's really, really validating. And tonight's meditation reminds me that one of the things that allows me to do the work I do is the investment in the relationship I have with my spirit guides. And this can seem like a very amorphous, like, I don't know, challenging spiritual practice to get to know your spirit guides and to work with them. And I think what I'd like to do is next month our series of intentions for all of us will be to strengthen that bond and to get more information. And I'll share some of the techniques that I use to work with my guides all day long. That you are never alone. You have an amazing support team, and all they want is the best for us, and they have nothing but love for us. Irma says, she also saw him surfing, but she saw him inside a wave while surfing. Yes, yeah, and we have that beautiful photo of him in the tunnel. That's really cool. Yeah. So there we go. 3 wonderful intentions. Thank you so much for joining and lending your power to these meditations. Again, if you have a request, you can email me at relaxwithdaphne@gmail.com. And yeah, so we have a tradition. Um, and since Diane G isn't here, I'll put it in the chat myself. It's disentangle time. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And it's time to disentangle your energy. This is an energy hygiene practice that we do. We will breathe together for a moment, and at this point in the meditation, we will intend to withdraw our energy from the group connection. Okay, and as we release the intentions, we don't carry them with us. We have put the requests out to the universe, to the quantum field with our energy and our love and high vibrations, and that's all we need to do. We can let it go, and we can just disentangle from any of the energy of the group. But if there's anything that you found helpful or inspiring or useful or encouraging, I ask that you take that with you into your week. And so let's breathe together again. Hands over hearts. Breathing in for 4, 5, 6. Slightly longer exhale. 5, 6, 7. Inhaling and exhaling. If you've paid attention to your thoughts, you might have noticed that it became quieter. It's like being at a party with other people and then walking out the door and closing the door behind you. Disentangling your energy, taking anything good with you into your week. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time.